Hello, everybody. What's up? Oh, yes. Deep, deep prayers to everybody. Hi, how's it going? You found me here on the tube that is you. You found me here on the book that is face. You have found me perhaps at Intuitive Lifestyles Consulting. Had to remember what that was for a while. Haven't been in touch with all those peeps for a while. Anyway, just wanted to say hi. And so what we do here every other Friday is hang out with me, Christine Marguerite. Love Evolve Energy is how I'm known. Also, DJ Libelou. So you may know that from SoundCloud or from here, and you'll be hearing more and more about that. In fact, I have a retreat coming up. That is that. Just making sure all of this is working and checking my secondary devices. And let me turn that over there. All right, sweet. So every Friday morning, I'm up live. Next week's going to be interesting because I will be camping. And so what you see in the background here is going to be way different. Assuming connection is good. I don't even know. I don't know what it's going to, I'll be here. I just don't know what it's going to look like. So we'll see. We'll see what my beast can offer. What we're doing today are divination sessions. So as you saw at the very beginning, we work with trinkets and cards and what have you, other messages that come through. So it is energy work based on the vibration of communication. And that is how I see divination sessions, and they are for the now moment. They could be for later. They could be for the person I'm reading. They could be for somebody who's listening at that moment, or 3 years later, whenever the messages come through and you go, and you hone in and it begins to light you up, then it's something that you could benefit from. I was going to say need to hear. I don't know that you need to hear it, but there's a resonance there for you, as if it were a gift. Think of it as a gift. So often what I do is talk about what the session is about as we begin. Divination Sessions this week. Next week will be energy work. Although some energy work slips into this as well. And then I do a lot of hi, how are ya? And I hang out with everybody. And then we go into some readings. We may do a meditation. I'm feeling a lot of spaciousness here. So let me check the feed. Hi, Rach. Hey, Rachel, another extraordinary intuitive as well. What's going on, lady? Might be a little slow. We're just coming off of some really interesting energetic spaces. And so the people that normally come here, I give them readings every week, right? Like I'm gathering a posse together. And so we shall see. We shall see what it's like. And what I encourage everybody to do, even if you're a replay watcher, I'm completely happy and content with you feeling free to share your successes, to share projects, to share anything that's coming up from you, anything from tragedy to glory. It's whatever you want to share. So if you're a fellow intuitive, and many of them come to me because that's who I tend to work with. I work with the starseeds, the movers and shakers, the earth angelics. Yeah, right? Rachel's talking about the retrogrades, and I don't know if anybody else is aware of this, but we are in eclipse season. So that's going to be on and off. Is it ever not eclipse season in some flippin' way? We'll see. So I'm already shuffling. Is this my favorite deck? I don't know if I have a favorite deck, but it's this very creative. It's a series of 3 decks by the same artist, Audi, that I mushed together. And there's just such flow and beauty and earthiness and divine femininity in them. And so I really love using these cards in particular. I may take them camping with me. We shall see. Do I have any announcements before we begin? Things are shifting a lot. Tonight, I will be live again on the back end, I believe at 8 p.m. Eastern. I have to double check the time. I just got the card, tell the truth to yourself and others. Honesty without empathy is like a root canal without Novocaine. That is ridiculous. Hey, Monique. What's going on, lady? Aw, thanks, baby. We're doing readings today. So if you would like a card or trinket or some other message, I'm willing to do mediumship stuff. That's under the divination for me, or any kind of messages from spirit. I'm up for that today. So just let me know. I've read for both of you before, so we could just hang out for a little while. I'm totally cool with that too. There's no need, no pressure. I'm just gonna fondle these cards for a little bit longer. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm gonna be live tonight in the Light Shine Lab, which is a Facebook group that has 10,000 members to it. I don't know, it's something ridiculous. So what I'm doing tonight is being DJ Libelou, and we're going to be working with ancestral energy, and dance, as you may know, is an ancient way to connect with spirit. Some shamanic dance, and we're going to start. I'm going to be up live twice this month, in Light Shine. And the dance is always as a self-energetic process. I have some channeling that I'm going to be using in the mix, my own channeling specific to this. And we're working specifically with breath and honeybees and the ancient knowledge of those creatures as we dance through and begin to really work with these purging energies that are continuing through the month of June. Tonight, we're going to go a little bit low and slow. So if you don't feel like sweating your ass off, although you may, you can definitely full on use this session. There's some mini rhythmic peaks, but I'm going to be doing it from here. I'm not going to be doing it in my dance garage. I'm going to be doing it here, sitting. And I may do some live spinning rather than a pre-recorded. So, oh my God, this is a gorgeous card. Loosen your grip. So this is maybe the group card for today. I'm in love with this. Oh my God. This may be my card for the week. You can't control everything. So you might as well let go. And then let go of letting go. And then let go of that too. O-M-F-G. I'm in love with this. I need this to go in my special. I have card holders. So this is one. And let me show you how this works. The card sits right in that little slot. Whoops. And then I can just let it be there. If I had, where can I put it? I can put it right over here. So she can keep us company. Beautiful people. These cards are they're just a hair too big to really sit in that. Anyway, so that's what we're doing in Light Shine tonight. I'm going to be sitting and spinning. That's the theme. It'll be a similar theme in 2 weeks' time. If somebody wants to go to Light Shine and make sure there's an event happening for me, I scheduled them all during Mercury retrograde, so something could have happened. And if there's not, they're not. It won't be. Oh my God, these cards. I just got a card, Queen of Feminine Power. Oh my God, I am adoring that. Anyway, these may be cards for you guys. I'm just shuffling through. So when we do it in 2 weeks, we are going to sweat. Same theme. Still the ancestors. We may move on from the kingdom of honeybees. Ancestral trance dance sound, soothing. Yeah. I think that it is. And that's really where I'm going with it. We're still working with rhythm, because that's what our universe does. So we're moving through that. Queen of Miracles. You got to be effing. Oh my God. This deck is coming with me when I go camping. For all I know, I am on Instagram, but I kind of use it, kind of don't. I need another platform to do things. And I just go there for announcements. Ho-hum, kind of ho-hum, right? Kind of boring. Anyway, so those are my announcements. I tentatively have scheduled. If you go to my website, so go ahead right now and look in the information box that is above if you're on Facebook and below if you're on YouTube. If it's not there, let me know and I'll plug all that info in the live feed, in the written feed there. There's a link there called Everlink. If you click on Everlink, that brings you to all my links. That brings you to all my everything. And that's where, oh my God, this card keeps coming up. I'm going to pull that out. Thank you very much. That's where I think everything's there except for SoundCloud. I'm not sure if SoundCloud is there yet. I got some work to do. Not going to happen while I'm camping, though. Let me tell you, I'm going to sleep for 3 days as I begin. Anyway, what I'm saying is if you go to my website, and you would find that through the Everlink link that you see above or below. Oh, just trying to clean all this stuff up for you guys. You will see that I have some retreats planned. Now, I totally had to reschedule May's or June's because holy fuck balls was going down in the DM. That's all I need to say. And I just couldn't. My energy is feeling like a bell, clear and ringing true. And so I have something scheduled, an entire weekend in July. How I use that weekend is going to be interesting. I strongly believe in meditation, and many of you have done meditation retreats with me. Thank you very much. And whether you've done them through Podia and you bought them after the fact, or you've attended them with me live, then you kind of know. You kind of know how essential they are. And I can just deliver the information. That is me just walking you to the water. But you gotta drink. You gotta swallow the blue pill. And so you actually have to practice the techniques. I can only offer them. What I offered is an essential technique. If you've done any of the Body of Light with Lauren Interfermo, she doesn't talk about it in the same way I do, but the first 3 weeks of her 6 or 12-week program of Body of Light is all equanimity practice. I do that in a weekend. All the techniques, I talk about it differently. And I am registered and trained to teach Body of Love and Body of Light. And so I'm working on that project with a friend of mine where we will offer something like that for intuitives who want to take the bull by the horns and do a glow up. And I asked everybody as a poll, are you interested in glow up for yourself? And all my intuitives said, F yeah, I'm in. How long is it going to take for us to get this together? I don't know. Right now, we're working through it. I really believe before you offer any kind of class or project or one-on-one, you have to experience it yourself. You have to go, this is just my belief, and I could change this. I could change my mind about this, my belief system. And I'm understanding that I will. This is what Divine Feminine is telling me. All right, so let's just shout out and say, ballpark August. Fuck, can we really get it together for August? Yeah, I think we can. Anyway, what I'm saying is you need to experience these things before you really offer them and ask somebody else to put their feet in the fire and go through their own personal glow up. Just saying. So I'm experiencing that now. And as you can see, I look extra glowy. I feel extra glowy. I feel amazeballs. And I don't want this to be secret, special knowledge. I want everybody to share this. And I want people to have some skin in the game. So this is how it's going to go down. Gosh, I have to tell my friend about this, who's doing this with me. In August, if we're going to do this, when I say skin in the game, I often, what I mean by that is compensation, like compensation. Now, how we function right now is through cash money. There are other ways to compensate. There are a lot of other ways to compensate, and I'm open. If you are somebody who's a maven with cryptocurrencies, I'm game. I'm in. I will accept cryptocurrency. I will accept whatever it is you have in abundance. So let's talk about this for a minute. Everybody has an abundance of something. Check it out. Everybody has an abundance of something. What do you have an abundance of? Do you have an abundance of shadow and gargoyles? Asking, requesting that they be your allies? Is that what you're in abundance in right now? You might be. Where is your abundance? If you have an abundance of something, that is something that you can place value on and you can offer us in exchange as your skin in the game. As is it a big ticket price? Yeah. Can we get creative with how that is paid for? Yes. The beauty of gentleness. Anyway, so I'm going to keep shuffling these cards. Where are we? So we're already almost 20 minutes into this. Everybody's a little quiet in the feed, and we're quiet in the feed over there. So just let me know what your skill set is and what you're willing to change. And I need to shoot off some of these texts. Here's the thing. If you want a card today or some mediumship or something else happening, let me know. Put a bunch of emojis in your question, because really I'm getting these questions through the DM. No, actually not the DM. I'm getting it through the live feed. So just let me know about that. Glow up, baby. Glow up and reset. Okay. All right. I just needed to say that out loud. You know what? And if nothing's happening, I'm just going to keep shuffling through these cards, and I'm just going to talk about them out loud. I am super happy about the tarot as well, and I recently purchased a course through this tarot reader named Chris Reck, and you may know Chris Reck through Minnow Pond Tarot on the tube that is you. And even though I'm not, heavy into it, I really wanted some training, and so I just love Chris's style, and so that's what I did. And he is tarot based. That's his happy place. And he reads cards the way I like cards being read. He reads them intuitively, although I read them differently. All right, Rach, I'll do that. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm feeling like something is. Improvise. The only constant is change, so you might as well improvise. Is there somebody? Yeah, there's somebody here for Rachel who's reaching out for you strongly. It's a female. Were you specific about what kind of mediumship you wanted? Because can I ask everybody to line up here? She's the gatekeeper for all these other. Are you doing mediumship, Rachel? She acts. There's a female energy that feels like a guide to me that and she is in your face, and she's putting a hand up to your face, and that's very much like a stop. And so this could be a request on your part as well. So I'm wondering if you have a gatekeeper in terms of how you do mediumship, and how the consciousnesses, whether they're past loved ones that were formerly human, or whether they're guides or any kind of consciousness that wants to speak through you, Rach. So she's in your face. So that's who's coming through. Have you requested this kind of like gag on, so there's something between, so we're going to, for your energy, we're going to think about it in terms of channeling and mediumship, really weaving together, really moving in tandem. There's it's as if I look closer on this gag that you have around your mouth, did we work with you on the throat stuff last week? So we're going to clarify some things here. She's coming through really strongly because she's there needs to be some clarification here. So if you step back, Rachel, and just step out of the way for a minute, your energy is really strong. And because it's strong, it gets a little bit controlling. Controlling a little bit too forcefully and moving into kind of a manipulation of the energies, which at times you want for safety protocol. She's here for assisting. And so what I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Some of the gag looks like leaves or vines. And you got to let the fuck go is what I'm getting here. And to remember the concept that's really popular these days of co-creation. There's a co-creation here, co-creativity. You're speaking for the beloved. You're speaking for. So is any of this making sense? So what's happening here? It's more of a, do you remember, what is this, Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, or is it Doctor Who? It's something like old school sci-fi where they had a translation called a babblefish. Do you remember what a babblefish is, Rachel? So the babblefish is something you would put in your mouth, you'd swallow, and it would allow you to translate into any language. So it was a tool that you used. So the organizational tool, if you want to think about it in terms of organizational tools, she's willing to work with you. So there's some kind of guide here, and rather than a gag, it's more reins, like you would see in a horse's mouth. However, they're vines and they're flowers. Okay, so babblefish. So now you know what it is. So the idea is the power that you're bringing down is really palpable, really strong, and can be harnessed and used in different ways. Back in the old day, you could plow a field with it and you could use it physically, like a physicality. And I'm getting very much the quality of the example of, what's her name? She's canonized, Joan of Arc, Jeanne d'Arc. Joan of Arc. So she had that kind of power. And because of the time that she was on the planet and incarnated in, it was used in a particular way. And so you, from a similar quality of incarnation stream, you're in a time of choice. That's available to you now. Choice is available. These flavors of choice are available to you. whatever field you feel like plowing, baby. And so these are the kinds of images that she's bringing forth to you. You may work with Jeanne d'Arc. I'm not sure. She's saying not necessarily. Those are particular flavor of guides. But she's here to work with you because there's something about, so the wisdom that she's bringing through here, and she's communicating with me in a claircognizant, what I would say a loosely claircognizant sense. So that may be information for you, Rachel. I don't know if you're familiar with this guide. She's very much about co-creativity, because the quality of your capacity to bring through the energy is really strong, and she's here to help you with it. The potential is to blow your circuits. And she says, you know this, that you get blown out, you get burnt out really easily. If you choose to work with her, the path has a little bit more ease, and it's going to feel like she's reining you in. Because you're used to a particular pattern of blowing your circuits. Even though it's not a healthy pattern, it's familiar. And so there's another way to do this. Yeah, and see if you don't have to, but she's giving me the impression that you already know her energy. Like, I don't know if things have been, if you're in a period of time where there's like strange happenings around you or in your room, or things are being knocked over, or like there's spirit messages from her coming through, Rachel, already. Like she's in your face. She's all up in your Kool-Aid. And what she has, do you know the Chariot card in tarot? So she's trying to communicate with me. The Chariot card. Okay, blowing things. Yeah. So she's so that the energy that you have the capacity to bring through your body, in your energy, this incarnation could kill you, right? Like it's going to blow your circuits. This is her wisdom. She knows. So she's in your face, and she wants to work with you because she knows how to do this. So there's something of her, she feels like an elemental, like a Davic energy to me. She's kind of shaking, kind of. She's kind of. So the Chariot card describes a path. And this is the path that you and she, if you so choose, because what she has on offer for you is a choice of co-creativity. So you have to choose to work with her. No big deal if you don't want to. She's asking you to. Because this is her skill set, and she's being called to you because you are asking. You've put up the ask, and she has responded, and she's in your face. So the Chariot card is her calling card for you. This is what your path will look like. It will look like the Chariot card. I know that's a good card, and I know it moves quickly. So that's what I have for you in terms of the channeling. I don't know if you wanted something else, but what she has to say is that you've already put out a request and this is your response. She's here to help. You already have a facility to work with guides. So here's one for you. Yes. So that's what I have. Oh yeah. Okay. So not to not blow yourself up. All right. Great. Great, Rachel. So communicate with her. I would say, like, from my Christine point of view, there's a similar quality of energy between you and her. So it looks like from the outside, a really good fit. So I'm getting again the Chariot card. The Chariot card is descriptive of your co-creative energy, of but the two of you's co-creative energy. You can name her. I'm seeing lots of green leaves still. Green leaf. Okay, great. So good luck with that, Rachel. I hope that's what you meant by mediumship, because that's what came through. And in terms of mediumship, we don't always have a big choice. I mean, we do have a choice, right? In terms of mediumship, what you will see is a lineup. If you hone your clairvoyance and claircognizance, so what I requested was a lineup. And even if you don't see it, just know that if you put the message out there in terms of mediumship, a lot will be drawn to you. So, put up some blinders, put up some stuff if you just don't want to be bombarded. Thank you very much. Or just, have things happen just within your daily. And the lineup will happen. Often there'll be a main energy, either the strongest vibration and in that moment, or a guide of yours or something like that. And they will, if the energies that you're doing the mediumship for are a little unwieldy, that they'll be the boundary protector, and they'll sort of be the organizers that will help you organize. Because as a medium, you're very much here embodied, and you're using English language and you're communicating. So there's a lot, until your skills are built, there's a lot that needs to happen there. And just depending on your focus and how much you use mediumship. So what I felt for Rachel today is mostly this guide. But she'll work with you on all kinds of things in terms of communication, because what I'm seeing for you, Rachel, is more than just, it's because you want to work with place. Are you interested in working with mediumship based on place? What's in your house? What's next to you in the place you're in? That's a tandem skill set of this guides. All right. Okay, so Rachel's is very much do your own mediumship, apparently. So that's what came through there. Okay, Sandy, can't you see? It's done. Last week, I really had to turn my mediumship down because a friend of the family passed away, and I just needed to be human and not a medium. I just really needed to be human. And so it took some work, and it's sort of weird pressures on my energy. Hey, Sandy. All right. High school is done. Let's see what Sandy has to say. Oh, they're on my head. Ooh. Do you like how they match my headgear thing? Oh. Oh, great. Sandy's asking about la 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 la. All right, let's Sandy, let's pull some cards for you, lady. How do you feel about that? Romance, it's in the air. I got a big shocker of a romance last week. I was not expecting it. Not expecting it. Some information just out of the blue. I was like, oh. You know, as an intuitive, here's the thing, people. You get intuitive hits and you don't always know what they mean. And you really need to respect other people's energies and boundaries. And so you may be in the position where you get an intuitive hit and it may arise that you ask their permission or it happens in conversation. And somehow you kind of are looking for some validation on whatever the intuitive hit was. So Sandy, you may need to hear this. The cards are already saying for you, Sandy, something about truth-telling and kindness. And I'll get to that in a minute. That person who you got, their situation, you got the intuitive hit about, they are free will beings. And they, even when they have the opportunity to really tell the truth about what you may be getting an intuitive hit on, they may not tell the truth. And as an intuitive, that may fuck you up a little bit. And you may doubt yourself and go, oh, dude. And you may not know what the intuitive hits mean. And you may not get validation until, like for me, catch this, 6 years later, there was a confessional. And all the intuitive hits I was getting were right on. And 6 years ago, everybody was in denial. How to fuck up a fledgling intuitive, right? Just tell them they don't know what they're talking about. Comes to find out 6 years later, I did know. All right, Sandy, I'm just saying that. You're getting some really beautiful cards. Okay, I'm not, you know what? I'm reading your energy, Sandy. And that's not what we're doing this time. We're trusting the cards because we're doing the mediumship stuff and the cards and the messages. So what we're getting are truth with compassion. So let's check out this card. Can you see? So if we look at the passion towards her heart, her actual heart, and then in the center of her heart, and those colors are everywhere, and we have some blue energy of truth. So this card talks about telling the truth to yourself and to others with compassion. Honesty without empathy is like a root canal without Novocaine. Ha, ha, ha. So there's something about truth-telling. There's something about love and having faith. And there's also something about manifesting your dreams. And look at that tree of manifestation, and the all-seeing eyes are everywhere there. Manifestation comes from the root up. Can we have a little more? I want to move into the tarot cards for Sandy. Sandy, are you asking about general romantic love? Or are you asking about general love in all kinds of love? Or are you asking specifically about the eye contact guy? Could I get some clarity, Sandy? I love your boldness, lady. I still feel like, just so you know, he's not the only one. Do you have a deck of cards? Ooh, oh, Jesus. This is too many, people. This is too many. You got the Eight of Pentacles, but I want to see some other things too. Let me just look up. So we've got some Eight of Pentacles. So we've got some Pentacle, which is super practical energy. And practically, it talks about a lot of options. All right. And we got that card again. I got to look up some of these cards, Sandy. So we got... Jesus. So you're standing very much in the Star card and the Empress energy with your hopes and dreams. And, you know, you got it going on. Like Stacy's mom and Donkey Kong. And you're all over the place in a good way. Eye contact, dude. He's got a little work to do. So he's got a little work to do, and it's not that he hadn't noticed, but because your vibration is a particular way, he's like going through this death rebirth, like a major death rebirth. So we're getting all these 8 cards. So the 8 cards. 8 cards can deal with like a lot of options, but also some stuckness. So with the 8 of Swords, we get feeling stuck, a time of opening your eyes to unveil the truth and having more options than you realized, and an opportunity to let go of an old story. So so the energy, I feel like in the gaze, is a little bit blind for him. He's a little bit like, but blind in terms of him looking at his old stories and the opportunity to look out. So I want to look at this 8 of Pentacles too, because that was sort of the unconscious card. So at work, Sandy, does he have a skill? Is he like your IT guy? Whoa, I'm getting like all of these energies. Could be the caffeine. Oh. So whatever he's doing at work, it's the 8 of Pentacles just talks about the skill, being super skilled and an expert craftsman. But there's something about whatever skill he has resonates, whatever his purpose is on the planet. And that is super sexy, right? But there's this practicality. And there's a little bit of, you know, with the eye contact, there's this like, you know, a little bit of a, like, it looks a little too exciting in my eyes, but maybe a little bit of a shakeup and distraction. So that's a little bit of what I see around that. I hope that's helpful, Sandy. Yeah, you saw what you saw. Do we have other stuff happening for her? I kind of want to check out, you know, when you get the Empress card, you've got all these major arcana, Sandy. So Empress is very sensuality and divine feminine, creativity, blessings, and with the star card, you know, you're reeling in your divine essence. But between, you know, the star and the Empress, like that's just your resonance. It's as if the cards are saying, how could he not notice? You know, he's vibrating here with big transformation, kind of like coming out of this like weird, dark mental space, super skilled and at work, you know, that's the sex appeal. And he's got this big transformation going on. And so the highest vibration he's going to meet with you is life-changing event for him. So that's with him. So, you know, if you want to go there, awesome. There's some kind of resonance there. Can I get another card for Sandy? So that's what I get for him. And that's what's going on with him. He's definitely like a mover and a shaker. And hey, Juliet. Yeah. Hold on one sec. Yeah, there's this whole beginning of a kind of practicality. It feels to me, the cards are telling me if you pursued this, it's going to be a lot of work. And maybe you're up for a lot of work, Sandy. I don't know. Maybe that's not a bad thing. You know, there's potential with like the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. You know, you're getting ready. You know what you got to do, and it's going forward. There's also this Ten of Wands, which very much talks about burdensome path in this particular deck. Not that you don't want to go. You got all your stuff and you're taking it on the road. I just feel like you have options, Sandy. You have options. Don't pre-commit. This could definitely be a good thing. You know, see what else is out there, lady. But whatever you're feeling, whatever you want. But I'll tell you what, none of the cards came up in reversed. So there's nothing blocking this energy between Eyes Guy. You know, could be good. It's gonna take some work. Right. Juliet! Juliet! How are you, by the way, Juliet? Oh my God. We gotta, like, I'm already drawn. Cards, decks I haven't even pulled out yet. Ah. Yeah, okay. Whoa, look at these. I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Monique, I'm going to ask you to check in on this. I'm going to read Julie. I'm not going to read Julie. I'm going to pull her some cards, lady. Yeah, anything specific? Just a general, Juliet. I'm being drawn to my my Beyond Lemuria cards. These cards are a trip. These cards are a trip. Monique, has it lessened within the last 24 hours? Right. Thank you, Sandy. You're welcome, lady. So welcome. Immediately, I'm going to pull some cards for you, but immediately, Juliet, I'm getting yes and. Yes and. Evolutionary steps. Holy guacamole chips. I wish I could. Oh, maybe I can. Can I just? Nah, I'd have to have it hanging from there. Look at her. She of the Lotus. I might have to bring this deck with me as well. Here's the thing about I mean, I do love this Beyond Lemuria guidebook by Izzy Ivy. It's just whenever I move into it, like I automatically it's a lot of energy, and I move into a different dimension when I start using this. And apparently this is where you're at, Juliet. So I'm going to hold the card up and I'm going to read from it and just see what vibration you have working for you as we move through this. Sheathe the Lotus. Shadow work, Juliet, addressing dissonance, seeing downfalls as the flip side of superpowers, loving yourself back to wholeness, the beautiful lotus that grows from murky waters, disempowering triggers, bringing light into your dark corners. I want to see how long this is and if I should just. All right. So, Juliet, I'm seeing that you might need to be, this might be something that you include. There's a request here. So this card, this She of the Lotus, as a divinatory card, says this: take a look at any unconscious patterns that may be running your life. Are there elements of yourself you need to take out of the trash and dust off and reabsorb? Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity, in quotes, is an area that can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness. In self-love, peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate so you can re-engage with your superpowers. So, what this says to me as a divination card, Juliet, and I also want to read some of this other stuff. It's talking about, paradoxically, love as an abstract quality shown upon the self is an alchemy, is a catalyst. So yeah, you're working with human design and Reiki, and those become sort of your Hierophant kind of structures, your cardinal structures, your Capricornian energy structures. I almost want to pull another card here, because what this card suggests is that I'm not going to tell you. But if you decide to go and seek out within your shadow, and the shadow just means some areas of your heart and mind that you kind of don't want to look at, that there are some jewels there. There's an ally there. There's something there for you. There's a gift. There's a message there that's going to tell you what the more is that you want, that you will be offering. So I want to see if they're going to let me, if the cards are going to let me tell you anymore. But something about this alchemy and this transformation. What this card is pointing at is doing it for yourself. So there's a lot. I have my own way of doing shadow work, and it's based on some ancient Buddhist feeding the demons work. And that's how I do shadow work. You might find another way of doing shadow work. Find something that resonates with you. But She of the Lotus is asking you to move into the murky waters, into the mud, so that the lotus can blossom. Is there anything else here that you want me to read to her? By discarding traits that seemed ugly or hindering, I was also rejecting sides of myself that were quite wonderful. They were sides of the coin. There were two sides of the coin, and equally, they were part of my true nature. So that's the request of you now. Simply this other card. So they're also looking at your solar plexus and the radiance chakra here. Personal Okay, is my mic back on? Is my mic back on? I don't know where that got lost. The radiant center of your being holds the vibrant spark that brings our passions to life. Enter this space to step away from playing small. The idea that you're taking up space and insecurity-based competitiveness. Allow yourself to be attuned to the abundant life force that resides within the center. As you discover a deep and real sense of empowerment, you can more confidently lift others in celebration, harmonizing differences and shifting hierarchical paradigms into collective co-creation. And there you go, Juliet. Shifting hierarchical paradigms into collective co-creation. Shifting hierarchical paradigms into co-creative collective co-creation. So I believe those are your answers, Juliet. I hope that was helpful, lady. Lady. I hope that was helpful, Juliet. I just want to say one last thing, Juliet. Your multidimensional energies are really strong, and I'm definitely getting starseed here. I mean, hello, beyond Lemuria. Well, you know, and Lemuria, that was a culture on the planet, but that was based in your fourth and fifth dimension. And so some of that stuff we could see now, some of that not. There's lots of people who talk about things like that. So that is vibrating really strongly now. And there's something about you embracing that energy. I mean, you're still a contemporary human being on the planet right now, which is part of your gift. And that's where the shadow is. And that work is for you. But there is something about this collective upliftment that comes from the power of your solar plexus, which also points at a deeper level that a lot of star seeds contact. And this deeper level, a lot of star seeds and a lot of ancients that are embodied now. And this is the dimension of your Hara. The Hara, the Hara dimension of your energy system. Oh, thanks, babe. You're the best, dude. So that just seems with all that gold energy, that's hopefully those are your answers. That's what the cards are telling me. So Monique, I just wanted to say that that was going on a lot for me last week. And I have to say that it has lessened considerably. Oh, Juliet, can I post that? That is so sweet. Thank you for asking. And for all you other starseeds that may be coming across this, this is what it's like. So everybody, this is what I'm just doing, these freebies. Oh, I'm going to leave pretty soon. I think Monique will talk a bit, and then I'm going to end for the day. Coffee is so good. This is what it's like in live feeds. If you book a session with me, if you book just the basic session, this is what we do for an hour. Or some variation on this. Some variation on this for an hour. Just you and me. And that's what we do. I have deepest, deeper, and deepest. That's what I call my 3 sessions. So just book a deep, and that's just us chatting like this for an hour. The deeper session, there's a little bit more energy work, and I do a little bit more prep. And then we do something like this. The deepest session, that's kind of like all week I'm in your energy, and that's very heavily energy work, and that's almost like working with me one-on-one. That's the most similar to the one-on-one is the deepest. That's what those are like. And I have, if you want to work for a month or 6 weeks, in similar ways, just to really move through, if you just want a significant life change that starts with your energy. Book a sesh. That's how we roll. Monique, because we're doing cards today, I want to pull a card on what you're talking about, pressure. Oh my God, do you see all my grays? I'm kind of in love with them. I want to pull a card for what you're asking about. So, because when I pull cards, it exits me from the situation a little bit. If you want a card, Monique. You're going to have to decide for you and your system if that's what it is. Monique? Meaning, is that if that's guides coming in? Oh gosh, we're going to another starseed. Thanks, guys. Thanks, starseeds, for showing up. Are you working a lot with yeah, so the cards we're getting, and we're getting the Starseed cards here, Monique. So you're a powerful Earth Mama, aren't you? She of the Stars. She of the Stars. Do you know this musician? Her name is Dea Dove. Let me see if I can type this in here. So I'm getting some of that energy. Dea Dova, not Dea Dove. Dea Dove. Check her out because that's the energy of your response there. So it has to do with empathy, but it also has to do with, like you said, a little bit of oh, look, you could see my filter in my eyes. A little bit of absorbing what is not yours. A little bit of Andromedan energy coming in, adventure, saying yes to change, and that's talking about just like jumping into the deep end. But it's also talking about star bathing, light body, crystal grids, transmissions, and activations. So it's really these cards are really clear, Monique. So what is so your question is, because it's so specific, and you're probably feeling into it as you're asking it. Um, you're asking, what is this all about? Because you're asking for this kind of, okay, let's go, let's do this. You're jumping into the deep, and a lot of contact is happening. So is it interference? In a way, it's not, because you're asking for it. You got specifically this Andromedan card, and so that's what's coming through to regrid and to create some activations through your system. And you could be getting some light body transmissions. But these three cards, that's what they're talking about. Is there anything we need to go? We need to go into jump in a little bit more. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, guys. La, 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 la. Here we go. And the number you got was 82, which equals a 10. So they're definitely activations and downloads. What I'm looking at a little bit more is this Andromedan energy. It begins or ends with a question for you to ask yourself. How can you be more adventurous? How are you being called to jump right on it and leap? Jump right on in and leap. Andromeda is a spiral galaxy, the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's believed that Andromedan star seeds are a group of beings who love their freedom. Very adaptable, they have a strong willingness and ability to change and go with the flow, to find calm in the chaos, to swim with the tides. Just making sure my mic is still there. This card is here to encourage you to do the same. Perhaps you have a significant goal or opportunity ahead of you, and I know that you do, Monique. If so, you're being guided to jump in. Don't wait for permission. Don't stall until you feel ready. Just take a deep breath, a good old run up, and just jump right on in. Life bends for the courageous. And courageous is what you're being called to be. You're already facing the right direction. The only thing left to do is leap. You'll figure out the details as you go along. Things may not always be smooth sailing. Life on Earth rarely is. However, it's the rougher seas that teach us how to sail with glory as you're embodied. And once you know that, you can navigate the sea, any sea, ocean, or storm. The Andromedans want you to fall in love with surfing the waves of life. So that's the nature of what's coming to you, it seems, Monique. To seek more adventures, to embrace your own adaptability, and to find a way to be the calm in the chaos, to be the center of the storm. You didn't come to Earth to be passive, Monique. You came to Earth to truly live. Now take a good run up and just leap. So no wonder you're feeling it as pressure, because that's like, OMFG, you've got to be effing kidding me. Oh my God, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Well, girl, let me tell you. They're giving you transmissions. They're giving you alchemy. They're encouraging you. You're probably already an Andromedan starseed. Some of what's coming in isn't yours, but I feel like that's some of the chaos, and you're becoming this strength. And we already know that you are, right? Like we already know, like over the last month and all your questions, that's what you're moving towards. And you're already it. And so this is just the regritting. So is that enough of an answer to you about what the pressure is all about? And it's just as you relax and relax it. Just relax. Your relaxing is the receiving, and just say, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and just keep doing it, and just keep showing up. Wow, Monique. Wow. Well, thank you for that. I deeply appreciate that, because note taken. And I kind of feel like all the pressures in your head, it's just all the energies that are causing the fuckery that's going around, part of it. And the nature of it for you is just a preparation, so that you're finally at the point where you can just leap off the cliff, because you know what it is. You know what that beast is. Whew. All right. You guys ready for a dance party tonight? You guys ready for super mellow dancing with the ancestral, our star ancestors tonight? Because that's what we're going to be doing in the Light Shine Lab. So I'll see you guys there tonight. I don't know if I have more to say about that. You can rewind. I said a whole bunch about that at the beginning. And then tonight's going to be a little bit mellower. It's still going to have rhythm. But I think I'm going to spin live tonight. I think that's what feels most fun for me. We'll see how it goes. And there's some channeling that's going to happen. And that's tonight in the Light Shine. Oh, I love you too, Monique. Have an awesome day, you guys. I'll catch you on the flip either tonight or next week. Next week, I'm going to be camping. So my backdrop is going to be super different. Oh, my God. Oh, so excited. So I'll see you then. All right. Let me do some my thank you song. I kind of want a song that's just thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Go to my website, book a session, or go to Podia and like get a cheapy old one. That's all cool with me. All right. And I will see you tonight freebie, and I'll see you next week. Freebie. All right. Mwah. Love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, crickets. And thank you, everybody. Oh, we got this. We got this, guys. And here we go. Bye. Whee!